from Visakhapatnam studying in ANITS. This video gives you a walkthrough of the website I have built. This is the first website I have ever built. This website is Event Manager for colleges. Here I have made it for ANITS Event Manager. Now, to make this website, I have used some technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, Ajax, Django, and deployed this website through Heroku. This website has some cool features. Now let's explore the features. Let's start. It has mainly three entities, namely admin, teacher, student. This about the app gives you the info about the app and what are the features it contains. These are all the features it contains. If you press OK, it goes back. Now let's see admin. Now who is admin? Since this website is for colleges, it has teachers and students. Teachers and students cannot register by themselves. They should be registered only by some authorized person. That authorized person here is the admin. Basically, he should belong to college or university management. Now it has some credentials. If you press some wrong credentials like something, you should get an error. Yes, it shows enter valid credentials. Now let's enter the valid credentials. Sign in. It has the following features, like it can register teacher, it can register student. uh, let's register teacher. Teacher name is Raju, for example. By default we get password and it's 123 star. If you wish to change, you can change. If the next, the department, see, the department should be of the only of this form. If it is other than any other than these, which it should generate an error. Like let's enter CSC in small letters, it should generate the error like or yes, register. Yes, it has generated an error. Next, if we did not fill any of the fields and if we just press register, it says fill all the credentials. Now let's give the correct things. Raju, department is triple E, expenses 6 years, register. Yes, since you have valid credentials, you have successfully registered a teacher. Now let's register a student. Roll number. If we submit the empty form, then we should get fill all the credentials. Okay. Next, roll number. If the roll number already exists, since roll number is the unique ID for students, it should be unique. And if you generate a roll number twice, or if you enter a roll number twice to register, then you should get the error. Let's say Kavya. This roll number already exists in my database. Now let's see what happens if we give like this. Yes, it says student with roll number you have entered already exists. Enter valid details. Yes. Now let's enter the valid details. 313126510115. Student name is Harshita. Password let it be Anats 123 star. Department CSC. CGPA 6.5. 65% attendance. Register. Yes, we have successfully registered a student. These are the features of admin. Now let's log out. Let's explore teacher and student. Now let's explore the teacher. Yes, here it shows you all the departments exist in the college. If you wish to see any faculty, then you can just press the thumbnail, then you'll get all the details like teacher name, their experience and credits. I'll talk about these credits later. In this way, you can press on any department and you can see its faculty. Yes. Now let's log in as a teacher. Teacher, let's say, yes, we have entered the correct details. What if we have entered the wrong details? It shows under valid credentials. Now let's enter the correct details. Yes. See, view my details. It shows the details of the particular teacher, his name, his department, his experience and credits. Credits are the credits given to teacher by the student for conducting a particular event. Each and every student will be given the feedback form, which I'll be showing later in the student section. Now, okay. You can also view all the events held in the college. Only one event is there, so it shows only one event. Now we can see his events. Since he did not register any events right now, there is no events here. Now he can create an event. Now let's create an event. Let's submit the empty form. It says all the details should be filled. Next, see here we have some instructions like date format and time format. If they are not satisfied, you'll get an error. Event name, lecture on Hadoop. Resource person, Ravi, for example. Event date. Today's date is August 3rd. If I press August 1st, let's see what happens. Actually, it is the invalid date. Since the date is completed, we should not enter such date. But I have entered the past date. Now let's see what happens. The department can be anything. Create. See, it says event date is invalid. It should be at least tomorrow. So let's re-enter this. Lecture on Hadoop. The first person is Ravi. Event date is, let's give tomorrow's date, for example. If it's an event time, the start time should always be earlier than end time. Let's give the start time is 10 o'clock and end time is 9 o'clock. This is invalid credential. Now let's see what happens. See, it says that event start time should be less than event end time. Similarly, you can it validates date format and time format that you have entered. Now let's enter the correct details. Sorry, lecture on Hadoop. Resource person is Ravi. Event date is August 5th. Start time is 9 o'clock. End time is 11 o'clock. Event venue is Hall 2. And the departments are CSC Triply. You can check more than one department if you wish. Yes, you have successfully created the event. Now let's see if this teacher has registered an event. Now let's see if that event has been added in his events or not. That is, yes. If he views his event ID, all the details will be shown here. And number of students registered is 0. Since just now we have registered the event, no student has registered. And the event rating is also 0 since no student has given the feedback till now. Now let's see all the events. Yes, it's also got added. Previously you saw that only one event is there. Now the new event also got added to this list. These are the features that I have implemented for teacher. Now let's log out. Yes, it will come to the starting phase. Now let's log in as student. Similarly, if you did not enter one of the fields, then you'll get alert box saying that fill out this field. If you enter some wrong values, then you'll get enter valid credentials. Now let's enter the correct values. See here, view my details. With this tab, he can see his attendance, GPA, and all. Let's see. Student name is Kavya. Roll number is this. CGPA is 9.4. Attendance is 80%. In this way, he can check his details time to time. Next, view my events. This shows the events that he has registered. Previously, this user has registered one of the events. So this is shown here. Next, view all the events. In the teacher section, we have seen that till now we have two events. Now let's see. Yes, here we got all the events that are present organized in the college. Next one is view my department events. If he has some events belonging to his department, yes, both belong to his department, so both of the events came here. Next, register for event. Let's register for the event. This button, if you press this button, then it means that you can register for the event. Yes. Event ID is 2, event name is this one, this person is Ravi, and so on. Number of students registered. See, now we have registered one person. So the number of students registered column has increased to 1. Now let's give feedback for the event. See here, now just now he has registered for this event. So the event which he has registered will appear in the feedback form. If he did not register any event, he will not get any event in this feedback form. Let's give the feedback for this event. Feedback here you can see that event rating and teacher credit should be from 0 to 5 only. Let us say let me give 10 and this one with 5. It should show me the error. Yes, it showed me the feedback values are invalid. Now let me give the feedback again. Since the feedback is not successful, let me give it as 4. Let me give it as 6. Not 6. 3. 2. Submit that. Yes, we have successfully given the feedback. Now let's again explore the details. See, let's see his events. Yes, he has registered to these two events. Okay. Now let's see register for the event. Initially, he has only one event that he has not registered. So whenever I clicked on register for the event, he got that one event which he has to register. But now he has registered for all the events that are existing in the department. So he cannot register further. Yes, he did not have any events to register. Next, give feedback for the event. In give feedback for the event, he will get the events that he has registered and did not give the feedback. Now he has given the feedback for the event. So this will not appear here. These are the features that I have implemented in this student. In student, basically he will be able to view all the events held in the college in view all events tab, and he will be able to view the events which he had registered in this tab. Next, he can see the events which are held by his department in this tab. Register for the event, he will view only the events which he is eligible to. Give feedback for the event, he will view the events to which he has registered and he did not give feedback till now. Next, log out. If we come to a teacher, let's see computer science department, faculty, credits. Credits. These credits indicate that the student, whenever is giving the feedback, he will also give credits to the teacher. If he has given some credits to the teacher, then the credits will be updated in the teacher's account. See here, previously Kranti is there, Kranti teacher is there. He has conducted an event and the student has given the feedback. So he has got his credits are 5. Now I have the student has registered for the event conducted by Uday and he has given the feedback as 2. So you can see that this got updated here too. Now let's log in as Uday and see whether his details are updated or not. Previously his credits are 0. Now let's see what are his credits. View all my details. Yes, you can see his credits are updated. In this way I'll update the credits. Whenever more than one student gives the credits, I'll find the average and I'll update the credits there. Similarly for the events, I'll update the credits by taking the average. This number of students will be increased if the number of students registered will be increased. These are all the features of my app, and if you want to know more about this app, then you can browse this one, and I'm adding some more features here. Now, what is the background work of this app? I said the technologies I have used. Now, let me show you how I did this app. Basically, I have used the Django. In Django, I have created models like teacher, event, student, registered events, and admin. And all of them have foreign key relationships in between them. Next, URLs. In this, I have written all these URLs which are specific to teacher, student, and admin. Next, views is one of the important parts of my app. Views and templates. Let me explain you one of the view I have written. This is the teacher login form. Teacher logs in. He should enter his credentials and we should validate whether those credentials are valid or not. So let me show you the template for this. I have used static files, so I have loaded them. Next, I have used the Bootstrap for styling purposes. I have taken two text boxes for username and password. Then I have written a script using Ajax and jQuery. This script sends the username and password. This script sends the username and password to server, whereas the server receives in the particular the view, and then it checks whether that data is present in database or not. This is the query I have written. If it is present, it returns the details of that particular teacher in terms of JSON object. If it doesn't have any matching for that particular credentials, then it will send an empty JSON. Here, it receives the JSON object and checks whether that is empty or not. If it is empty, it says that enter valid credentials. If it is not empty, then we'll go to the next phase. This is one of the views I have written for teacher login form. Similarly, I have done for admin login as well as student login. Next, see events. I have created the event. While creating the event, I asked a form which shows event name, event resource person, and so on. For displaying forms, I have used another concept called forms, model form in Django. I have used various of the teacher form, student form, event form, and so on. Here the fields I have given which are required in the form. I have written the corresponding views. Let me show you the event form. Create event. This uses the event form which I have written here. It gets the form, and after entering the values, it sees whether the details are valid or not. It validates the data in this function and redirects to corresponding templates. These are all the templates I have written. View all events. This view all events. This template displays all the events. I have passed these data from the view by making a query to the database. This is the view all events. Model is event. This query set returns all the objects, and then context data is used to access the IDs or the primary keys present in my URLs. In this way, I have written various views and also various validations by using Django, Ajax, and jQuery. Basically, I have used Django. For logins, I have used Ajax and jQuery. So finally, this website helps the universities to know which department is performing well, and which students are better than other, and how students are interested in various activities other than academics and their interests, so that the college and university can conduct the better events which will help the students to improve the technical as well as interpersonal skills. Thank you.